Hi y'all, welcome back. I am having to do a voiceover because the audio did not, or the microphone that I was wearing did not pick up any audio, and I didn't realize that, so I was editing the video. So I'm doing a voiceover. Hope it's not too bad. So what we're doing today is we are getting some eggs ready so that we can freeze dry them. So these are going to be raw freeze dried eggs. I've got some eggs here. This is just a small amount. We're going to do a total of 90 eggs. This is what I'm going to start out with. I'm going to crack them and put them into this measuring cup, and I want to get to the quart mark. So I want 4 cups of eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and start cracking them, and then I'm going to go ahead and whip them up. This container back here is where I put my eggshells because I don't throw away my eggshells. My eggshells will get used as a calcium supplement for the chickens and for me. So I'll go ahead and I'll just put them all in this container, and then I will freeze them. I normally am not doing so many eggs at a time, so I'll just container till it's full and I'm ready to go ahead and do what I have to do to them so they don't go to waste. And then if I do have extra that I don't need for the chickens or for me, then I go ahead and I do compost them. But most of the time I do have a use for them. So that's why I go ahead and save them. I try not to waste anything, so I try to make use. So I initially had 15 eggs, and I'm not at the mark yet, so I went and got 3 more eggs. We should have 18, and I'm thinking that that's going to put us at the mark that I need to fit into the medium-sized tray. So fixing to crack the last egg, and we will see where that puts us at. All right, guys, well, I'm back. So we went ahead and did those 18 eggs, and we went to put them in the freezer, and the tray shifted a little bit. Thankfully, we didn't have it all the way full, so it didn't make a mess, but it took us some maneuvering to get it in there good. And so it's in there good. We're going to go ahead, and because we're doing a total of 90 eggs, that was 18 in there. This is 72 here. We figured we're going to go ahead and just try move away from the measuring cup and the little egg bowl and just make this a big thing and get it done as quickly as possible. So I'm just cracking eggs right now. The tray, we didn't realize it was going to be challenging to get it all level, but it was because we have a deep freezer. We don't have a stand-up one, so it's a little bit more challenging, but I think we got it figured out now. And like I said earlier, this is the first time we're doing this, so it's kind of a learning experience. Learn as you go, and hopefully you can learn from our mistakes, what we did, and so you don't make the same mistakes. So make sure that you have everything nice and level. And we thought we did, but when we went in there to pour the stuff in, it just was a little off, but that little made a big difference. So we had to shift everything around. So as you see, I'm just cracking eggs right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend them up like we did earlier. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take this whole thing, or as many eggs as I can get in here, take it out to the freezer, and then just measure out my quart of, let me get this out of the way, measure out my actual quart of eggs into the trays. I think that would be the quickest way to do it. So really right now, I think the longest part right here is just cracking the eggs. And these eggshells are going to get used just the same, but instead of freezing them, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this like this just because it's such a big quantity. And then I'm going to go ahead. It is nighttime right now. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and get them done tomorrow. And so I won't have to freeze them. These eggs came from our chickens. As you can see, there's a lot of eggs. Those girls work hard. We have 2 different kinds of chickens, which is why you see white eggs and brown eggs. The white eggs are from Longhorns, Leghorns. I always get that confused. So Longhorn is a cow, and so these are Leghorns, and so they're white, and they're pretty. They're cute little chickens. And then the brown ones are Isa hens, and they are, I don't remember what the ISA stands for, but it's ISA, and they are workers. Let me tell you, they put out eggs like crazy. We got both of these because they produce. I mean, they were bred to produce lots of eggs, and they do not disappoint. So I have hubby here supervising me. Do you remember what the ISA stands for? No? No. Guys, I'll probably look it up and just put it in there somewhere. But they're good chickens. They've done us well. So I think I'm not going to be able to get all of these eggs in here. I was hoping I could. That way it would just be, get them all in here, mix it up, be done with this. And so then if I let these freeze for 24 hours, then it's going to be late tomorrow night. So I don't know if I'll put them in the freeze dryer late tomorrow night or if I'll just wait till the next day. I'm not sure. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and whisk this. And we just want to get it all nice and blended all together. We don't want any yolks by themselves. See, there's still yolks in. I don't know if you can see, but there's still yolks in there. There went one. There's another. But this looks good. So I'm not taking you to the freezer because the freezer is in the garage, but I will go ahead and try to take pictures of that. I am going to, this is a measuring cup I'm taking out there. It's just a 1 cup measuring cup, and then we will be back. All right, guys, well, we went ahead and did that, and this is what I have left. And the reason for that is because I took this out there, and when I go to scoop this, it doesn't come all the way to the top. So I did 4 cups and then a little bit more because of the little bit that I was missing. Let me show you what I mean. Well, I can't because there's not enough in there right now. But anyway, it didn't fill up to the top. So my measurements are now, I believe, going to be all off, and I don't like that. I like to be very precise, so that's going to bother me. So this next one that we're going to do, I am going to go ahead and mix in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it into the measuring cup and up to the 32 ounces like we did the very first tray, and pour that one in the last tray, and then whatever is left, we're just going to have to divvy up between the other 3 trays. So if you were going to do this, I would suggest go ahead and put it in the measuring cup, like the 32 ounce or whatever your ounce would be, and go from there. I thought that doing it with this measuring cup was just going to save us time because I wasn't going to have to be putting it in the other and then measuring it out again. But I mean, I guess it does save time if you don't care, but it's going to bother me. So we know for next time to definitely do it the other way. But yes, guys, if you're thinking about getting chickens, you know, go for it. You feed them, you water them, you make sure that their coop is clean, and they provide for you. You feed them, they feed you, yet you enjoy their company. And they get so excited to see us. That's so fun. All right, guys, I got 2 more eggs to crack. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands, and then we were going to go ahead and whisk these up. You always want to make sure when you're working with raw meat, raw eggs, that you are making sure that you are washing your hands and you're avoiding any cross-contamination, contaminating anything. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people say, you know, use gloves. I wash my hands a lot. And then I sanitize a lot. So I don't really worry about it. I just do what I got to do, and then I just clean up. So that is that. We're going to go ahead and mix this up. Put that back there, get the measuring cup. And because this is a lot less, it whisks up a lot better. And we're going to do different ones. This is the raw ones that we're doing. And this is going to be so that I can use it in my baking. I can use it for cooking. I can use it for, you know, anything that you would use your eggs for, except for, you know, sunny side up eggs, fried eggs. Can't do that. But anything else, yeah, I could do. So, and then when we do the scrambled eggs, it'll be to actually have scrambled eggs that'll be ready. This one got a lot of bubbles. So you see where it's not all the way up. So yeah, I got a lot more air in this, which could be a bad thing because it's going to give us more height to the tray when there is actually less eggs in there. So I think what this was for, and I'm only at, well, with the bubbles, I'm at 28, but without, I'm only at 24. So I think the bubbles will go down as I'm filling up the trays. So I think even with the bubbles still, I think I'm just going to go to 32 and then go from there. So all right, so guys, I filled this up, and now I'm going to go ahead and pour that into the last tray. And then all this that's here, I'm not sure that that's going to be able to fit in the other trays, but once I pour this in there, I'm going to come back, pour the rest of this into here, and then I'm going to go back out to the trays and just fill them up the rest of the way as much as I can anyway. All right, guys, this is what the eggs look like. It has not been 24 hours, but I figured I'd just go ahead and show you. And one tray is under all these, which was the very first tray that we did that gave us such a hard time. And then we come up with this to see if this would work, and it appears to be working just fine. But yeah, when they are completely frozen, we will go ahead and start the freeze dryer. I might check them tonight, later on this evening in a few hours, and go from there. All right, so I got tray 1, and I don't know how much the trays actually weigh, so I'm going to have to, after it's all said and done, I'm going to go ahead and have to weigh the trays so that I know how much to deduct. I want to weigh these in grams. So looks like 1,763 grams on tray 1, which is actually 3 pounds 14 ounces, but I think that's because of the tray. So that's tray number 1. Tray number 2 is $16.95. And the way we do it is we start our bottom shelf, that's tray number 1, and then we work our way up. So that's $16.95. Then tray 3 is $17.47. And they're all a little bit different because remember, we had a little bit of a hard time with the pouring of the eggs. I think this one right here is going to be even lighter. Nope, 14, yeah, it is $14.71. So that's the lightest out of all of them. That's going to be tray 4. Okay, you can start putting them in now. And tray 5 is $15.98. But remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So bottom, next one. And guys, when I showed you the temperature, it was at 17. All of a sudden, he opened the door and it went ahead and dropped down to 10 and 9 degrees. And then we will, when this is complete, we will go ahead and weigh them again. Okay, so he's shut the door and he's made sure that this ring right there, you see that ring that he's pointing at? It's all the way around the doors. Right there, you see that? Where's your finger? Yep. It just goes all the way around. And we've done that. So then it says load trays into freeze dryer, which we did close drain valve, which I'm fixing to show you. And so right there, the drain valve is open. We're going to close it. Drain valve closed. And now we're going to come back to the screen. And so that's it. And then we're going to hit continue and freezing. And now we'll just wait. And we will come back in quite a few hours. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop the freeze dryer and see how our eggs are doing. I'm expecting to have the same weight as before because they should be done. So this is tray number 1. Oh, it was at $8.99 before, so that went down 1. For 3, which is in the center, so that one I haven't messed with. That one is still $9.23, so that one did not change at all. And then I'm going to go to tray number 5. Break this open. And it is completely dry. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Take my eggs, put them in this bag. I think I might need a bigger bag. Get something to be able to get them out of there. And as you guys know, I like working over a towel because then that way when I'm done, I just go ahead and put it in the wash. I'm just kind of making it into a powder, not a really fine powder. If I wanted that, put it in the blender or in the food processor, but just enough so that it's powdered and it doesn't take up a lot of room, because with these, we're just doing this so that we can have them for the winter months when the chickens are not laying, or not laying as much. So, alright, so I got that one done, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in the jar. And maybe I should have powdered it more, because I was thinking that I was going to be able to get all my trays in just the 3-quart jars, but it appears that 1 tray per jar, which this is just 18 eggs, or approximate. And so I really do believe that I could fit a lot more in there. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put the lid on there, because I'm going to put an oxygen absorber in there in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and leave that one there and go on to my next tray. I think I'm going to go ahead and take them all out, just so that I can start defrosting this. Turning off the fan. So now it's defrosting. I know that one came down some. Because this tray was colder on this one right here, I think that's the one I'm going to go ahead and leave without the oxygen absorber, and we'll start using that one. And so I may add a video later on, or I may add it to the end of this video when we scramble up some eggs to see what it looks like. And the reason I'm not putting the oxygen absorber in the one that's ready right now is because I have to open the jar of the absorbers, and I'd rather just wait till I'm ready for all of them. And yes, guys, I know I have eggs. I'm not using gloves. I've got eggs on my hand. I've got eggs, but that's okay, because once I'm done with this, I will go ahead and clean everything up really good. So no worries. No worries at all. Alright, so it looks like this one didn't fill up either. Put this back down. Just hitting it. Alright, so that went down to, what, like 3 cups? Yeah. No, 2.5 cups. So I could probably get a whole nother tray in here. I can also take it down to 2 cups, which that did. And it's just trial and error, right? So I'm down to 2 cups. Right below 2 cups, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 4th tray. realized that that's as much as going to fit in here. So I didn't quite make 2 trays into 1 jar, but then again, my trays were not perfectly even because it was more of a balancing act because I pre-froze these, remember, so it was a balancing act. So okay, so I think that's where I'm going to leave that one. I think that was pretty good, actually. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it. And then I'm going to see if I can get this one down. To maybe fit that last tray in. I don't think so. No, it'd just be easier to just go get another jar. All right, y'all. So this right here that you see, this is 90 eggs. But I brought you back along. I do reuse my lids. These are lids that have been used for canning. And I don't reuse them for canning, but I do reuse them for storing things, vacuum sealing. Couldn't think of it. For vacuum sealing things. Just wanted to show you, just in case you didn't know. This, I put a little bit of alcohol on here, and it just comes right off. And it dries really quick, so if you have to write on it, it'll be dry in no time. 3, 5, I have 5 oxygen absorbers, so I'm going to go ahead and use 3 of them. Now, for a quart jar, you only need about 100 or 150 cc's. This, I don't have anything that low. I have 500, so that's what I'm going to put in it. It's red. Now, as soon as I pop this lid open, it'll start changing colors. Pop it. I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 that I need. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on. Nice and tight. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I want to make sure that none of it, see that little tip was sticking out. I want to make sure nothing is sticking out. And I'm going to seal it. And I shouldn't have to vacuum seal it. This right here should do it because I've already, if you see, I've already wiped all my rims off. Any of that egg dust is gone from there. Everything has been cleaned thoroughly. I want to make sure these are nice and tight because that oxygen absorber should absorb all that and make my lid pop. Now, if it doesn't, I will come back and vacuum seal it. But I think this one even looks like it's already starting to go in. So I don't know if you can see that. Like, see, this one is up, and then this one is already going in. So I may not have to vacuum seal it. And then this one, I'll go ahead and vacuum seal real quick. All right, guys, I went ahead and brought the jars, the 3 with the oxygen absorbers, and set them right here, just in case they pop, that maybe you could see it or hear it. Then I'm just going to use, this is my food saver, and I'm just going to go ahead, I have the food saver jar sealer, and so here's my jar. I'm just going to go ahead and put this over it, get it good and seated in there, on there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I'm going to go ahead and take a little attachment, and I'm going to put it in that little hole right there, and then I'm going to hit accessory. Okay, so it's done. I take this off. Then I take this off. And it's sealed. Try not to pull on my lids. And then I go ahead and just put this on nice and tight. And so, like I said, this is the one that we're going to use first. So it is done. I have these two things right here to seal. I'll go ahead and seal them when I have you with me. I'm getting the regular mouth jar sealer. This is the one for the wide mouth jar, which is the one we just did. And this one's the one for the regular. So again, I'll just take the ring off, pop that on there, put that in the hole, hit accessory. Take that off, take this off, it's sealed, pop that on. And I use, this is all like dehydrated stuff. It's like these are onions from April of 2020, which are still perfectly good. I just used them. So, and then my sweet potato, I believe are from 2020 as well. So I just used them. And so I have to seal them. This one is going to take much longer because there's hardly anything in there. So that one took a little bit longer just because it had a lot more to get out. And so it's sealed. And these two, they haven't popped yet. Well, yeah, see, it's not popped. So I think I'm going to go ahead and seal them just because. And so see, now there's no going in and down. So it's sealed. You heard the pop? That was the pop. I don't know if you could hear me, but that was the pop as soon as that went on because it was so close to being sealed from just the oxygen absorber. But now it is definitely. So, and then we're going to go ahead and do this one. It looks like it's going down, but boy, I really put that on there tight, didn't I? I don't know if you can hear. Listen closely. This one might do it as well. Put it on there, hit an accessory. That one didn't do it. I think that other one just did it just because it was so close. All right, so these right here, well, all of them, even the one that I'm going to use first, I will put in a dark space. And there you have it, guys. 90 eggs in less than 3.5 quarts. So 3 quarts and about 3/4 of a pint. Nice, huh? All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Till next time.